The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayor's and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel, and each week we bring you the goings-on in our towns and villages that we cover, and sometimes I mess up the intro like I just did right now. Let's go right to the source here. Rick Milne, he's the mayor of Honeoye Falls, and he's county legislator from Monroe County. Rick, tell us what's going on this week.
Chris, thanks for having us. As always, it's always great to be on with the rest of the folks. Really focusing on the village for this call today. With the weather shifts, the rain we've had as of late over the last couple weeks, our DPW and highway crews have been extremely busy with mowing and trying to keep up with that, with the growth and the brush pickup. So that's kept them very busy. We've also removed a large tree that was on the falls this week, and are working to schedule time to clear some of the vegetation and tree growth in the creek bank areas around the falls and in the creek bank area. So that's going to take the crews, which we have a very small crew, but it's going to take them a lot of time and a lot of focus over the next couple of weeks, I think. The annual village tax payment time has now passed. So if you haven't paid your village taxes as of yet, you're late. And I hate to say that, but if you are late, we try to give a little bit of a grace period. And with the 4th of July holiday weekend, we added an extra day in there. But as of now, all village taxes should be paid. And if not, you may be assessed a late fee. And we're sorry about that, but that's the rules and the rule that we have to keep. The village and the town of Mendon share expenses for the Honeoye Falls Mendon ambulance building. And we both recently approved a low bid of around $69,000 for a new roof to be put on. This low bid was quite a bit lower than the other bids received. So we've done a lot of background review of the bid to make sure everything is up to snuff, and we feel it is. So that is now going through the process of the paperwork portion and getting everything legally approved, and then the project will be scheduled. But we appreciate our partners in the town for always working with the village on this building and keeping it up. It's obviously a very important building within the village and town, and houses our very important ambulance facility. So we're looking forward to having that work done. And then lastly, for the village this week, kind of following up on the 4th of July holiday, we received some really good news. The village is being awarded almost $600,000 in funding for some projects and equipment purchases that we're planning. And I won't get into too much detail right now, but we were working on gathering all the necessary information to make this announcement. But we have some really nice funding coming in through state representatives for the village. So we're excited about that. And in upcoming Sentinel discussions, we'll detail those projects or equipment purchases and what those amounts were. But again, almost $600,000. So we're really excited about that. And that'll be it for me today, Chris.
All right, thanks, Rick. Over to you, Mike Falk, the Lima supervisor. What's going on there?
Well, Chris, we are in the final approach here for our annual Crossroads Festival. That's going to take place August 3rd through 6th. We are up to 22 bands coming in, all free, over the weekend. Highlight bands, we have a couple of marquee acts that we are bringing in this year that are a little bit more than some of the other ones. One is ZBTB, the Zach Brown Tribute Band, will be here Saturday night at the East Tent. And the other one is Stanley Jordan coming in out of Texas. He's going to be over at the West Tent Saturday evening. Mr. Jordan is bringing in his acclaimed Jimi Hendrix show. And so if you're a Jimi Hendrix fan, this is about as good as it gets. But the whole lineup is at limafest.org. And if there's any questions, you can certainly call me at the town hall, 582-1130. Livingston County is requesting proposals for youth sports and education opportunities funding. The Livingston County Youth Bureau does have some money to apply to this and is accepting applications. This would be youth sports programming for the ages 6 to 17 grouping. There is going to be an information session held on it on Monday, July 17th at 3 p.m. in room 106 at the Government Center at 6 Court Street in Geneseo. If you would like to attend, if you're a nonprofit and you're interested in programming some of these things for youth, please email Ryan Snyder. It's rsnyder@co.livingston.newyork.us to register, or you could call Workforce Development. Congratulations to Lynn McNimmy. Lynn is the Director of Probation for Livingston County. She was named the Woman of the Year for the 133rd Assembly District by our Representative Marjorie Burns. Very nice ceremony and well-deserved. Lynn has worked for the county in probation for 36 years now and is one of our stellar performers there. So again, congratulations to Lynn. Lima is also doing the Be Well in Livingston. We're third in line. That program is rolling itself out right now. There are opportunities to see a presentation on the Be Well in Lima portion of this and to participate in all of the surveys. On July 25th, 7 o'clock, the Lima Village Board will get the presentation. All are welcome to attend. On August 1st, the Lima Town Board will be getting the presentation at 6 o'clock. And that, again, all are welcome to attend. If you are a member of the Lima Golden Agers, or if you are a Lima person and 55 or older, you can join. They will be having their August lunch on the 8th and receiving the presentation, and also having the surveys there to complete. And lastly, there will be a presentation for the Lima Veterans Groups held on August 9th, the VFW and Legion. That'll be held over at the Legion Hall over in West Bloomfield. Lastly, the Lima Town Board had a special meeting, which was held on July 6th. To consider a recommendation from the fire department regarding the partial tax exemptions for the firefighters. The Lima Town Board is in favor of it. Livingston County is going to be holding their public hearing on setting rates and such on July 12th at 1:30 at the Government Center down in Geneseo. The Lima Town Board will likely then adopt what the Livingston County rates are and move on from there. So that'll be on the August meeting. That's all I got, Chris.
All right, thanks, Mike. Over to you, John. John Moffett, Supervisor, Town of Mendon. What's going on there?
Great, Chris, just a couple of items I wanted to share with folks. One being that actually Friday, July 7th, the spray park sealer that was incorrectly put on the spray park is being removed. So as soon as that dries, the proper sealer will be put on. And once that cures for 48 hours, we anticipate reopening the spray park. So hopefully we're in for some drier weather coming up. Just want to remind everyone that, this time of year, we do get some storms, some winds, thunder, lightning kind of episodes. If power lines come down, tree branches, things like that, make sure you call 911. And a lot of people are doing exterior work. You know, if you're going to dig at all on your property, you need to call 811 and they will come out, and the various utilities will come out and stake out your property so that you're not digging up something you shouldn't. Also regarding that, because we just had to call 811 for our community center because the sewer pipe from the building out to the main sewer line had a problem. So that is in the process of being fixed, hopefully be fixed sometime the next week, and we'll be able to have that community center back open for various events. The town of Mendon will be starting on our 2024 budget soon. So as always, we are always concerned with various forms of revenue that we receive from outside agencies. Luckily, as far as the state is concerned, we did receive a slight uptick in the CHIPS money, which is meant for road projects, and the AIM money, which the state kind of has played games with that in the past, but that did not increase, but it didn't go away either. So that is good news as far as budgeting purposes go. But as this budget process goes through over the next few months, we certainly would want our residents to hear various things about the 2024 budget. There'll be a public hearing in the fall. Please pay attention, because that's obviously how we get things done, by budgeting for them first. So thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, John. Finally, we got Steve Schultz, Supervisor, Henrietta. Steve, what's happening in Henrietta?
Our 4th of July event went extremely well. It was probably one of the heaviest attendance or largest crowd that I've seen maybe since I've been in office. The fireworks were great. The bands were great. Really went off without a hitch. So kudos to all of the Parks and Rec and DPW staff who work on bringing that event, as well as our partners in the community, including the fire district, the CHS ambulance, and the Monroe County Sheriffs. So like I said, just great event. If I had one complaint, it was a little hot in the sun, but that's a good problem to have when you consider all the rain that was around recently. So this past Wednesday, the town organized a meeting between residents on Calkins Road regarding the proposed changes to the road. There were representatives there from the county, including county legislators Rick Milne and Mike Udelson, representative from the county executive's office, and representatives from the Monroe County Department of Transportation. Residents were expressing their concerns with the proposed changes, which would have replaced the current extended shoulders with smaller shoulders and curbs, and a sidewalk on one side of the road. Residents preferred keeping the extended shoulders and the current gutter system rather than the curbing. Safety was the #1 concern with both groups, and while the county DOT proposals were based on national standards with regards to, they refer to it as road diets to try to control the speed, the residents felt that those solutions did not work well for this particular stretch of road. Complicated by the fact that you come down from a very steep blind hill from East Henrietta Road, and Calkins is one of the main thoroughfares running east-west, especially east of 15A. So a lot of good discussion. The Monroe County DOT took those plans and promised that they are not going to move forward with the current plans. They're going to try to rework the plans to address the residents' issues. So we look forward to seeing what that comes out. And, you know, it was just a great example of, you know, providing residents that feedback that they're looking for, and you know, partnership between the county and the town. So thank you to all the representatives from the county who were there, because, you know, as you know, when people get worked up, it can be a little uncomfortable sitting there and hearing that complaint. But like I said, I think the tone of the meeting went really well, and very happy with the outcome. The first of our Henrietta Summer Concert Series, sponsored by Canandaigua National Bank and Trust, will be this coming Friday, July 14th, with Midnight Storm, who they play classic rocks. They'll be starting at 6:30 p.m. And our market at the park will return again this year with vendors, both farm vendors and craft vendors. We'll be there from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it overlaps the concerts, and it's right next to the Henry Henson Amphitheater, which is where the concert is. So it allows you to buy food and crafts while listening to the music. We have an ice cream social at Tinker Nature Park on Saturday, July 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., including music and ice cream or custard from Abbott's, and an open house at the Tinker Homestead. So if you've never seen the Tinker Homestead and have an interest, it's a good time to do so, because normally it's only open by appointment only. And then finally, the community choice aggregation information packets will be going out to eligible residents in Henrietta starting July 10th. The community choice aggregation program is it's a program through the state that allows the municipality to take advantage of the combined buying power to negotiate very favorable fixed rates for electrical supply. There are people who request, well, can you make the default to be opt out, so that you are out, so you have to opt in. Unfortunately, that is not how the CCA program through the state works. It has to be the other way. But we are working to make that as easy as possible. So there will be a opt-out card in that you just need to essentially indicate that you are opting out and return it in the prepaid return envelope, and you wouldn't be participating. That you can opt out via phone call, you can opt out on the web. One thing, if you don't contact them, so let's say you call them and the line is too long, the wait time is too long, and you just want to leave a message, that's the only time you're going to get a call from Monroe County Power Group, which is run by Jewel Assets. They're not going to cold call you. So if you get somebody, unfortunately what happens with anything like this is there are often predators who will go out and try to pretend to be these folks and ask for your information. They don't need your credit card. They don't need any of that stuff. If they're going to ask for anything, it's going to be your service account so that they can change that account. But again, they would only call if you ask them to call. They will not cold call. In addition to a number of information sessions, we're going to have a virtual information session on Monday, July 24th at 6 p.m. We're going to have an in-person one on Wednesday, August 2nd at 6:30 p.m. We are going to have representatives at the senior center who can actually do the opt-out or selection if you decide to opt in for the seniors to help them. They can just essentially walk right through it for them to make it exceedingly easy for them. As far as the selection goes, you have a choice of conventional power, 100% renewable, or a 50-50 blend. And even the 50-50 blend, the 50% that is non-renewable, they do get that's with regards to renewable energy generated within New York State. Some of that will also, even the quote unquote non-renewable, would be from renewable sources from outside the state. So it's a 27-month contract that we've negotiated. It will start in September. If you just not sure and you want to wait and see how other people are doing on the CCA, you can opt out and join later. If you decide to sign up and want to switch plans or opt out totally, you can do that as well. I won't say there's no limit on the number of times you can come in and out because it typically takes a month or so for a change to take effect, but there's virtually no limit. So there's a lot of information in the town newsletter that just came out in the end of June. You can also find information on our website at henrietta.org/CCA. And again, there will be an information packet coming. So again, even though we were not able to make this to be a default, that you're out and you are only a participant if you opt in, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to choose what they wish. So the last thing I'll note, it's only for RG&E customers in Henrietta. Although we only have 7 houses that are on National Grid. It's some ridiculously low number. So it's pretty much the entire town. So, and that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Anybody else have something to add that they might have forgotten? Seeing none. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening out there in listening land. Remember, if you'd like to see this, it airs every Sunday at 1 o'clock. Just like our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you will be notified when the airing begins. That's all for this week. See you all next week. Bye-bye for now.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.